Billy Funk, you are live, my friend.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to our training call. First off, thanks for taking the time out of your busy schedule to take a look at what we're doing. And, we would just want to give some value back. We truly believe that Zig Ziglar's philosophy is absolutely correct, that if you help enough people get what they want, you'll have everything you want. And so our whole goal is to give you a tremendous amount of value and to be able to bring people and unite people offline and online and show them how to bridge that gap. And, we cover three different kind of niches inside the industry. The three of us, we run together in a few different programs, and we've always worked well together. And it's because each one of us is strong in the areas that the other one is weak. And you got Joseph Montes, the MLM Ninja. You got Ray Dietrich, the Force, and I'm Billy Funk. I'm an offline marketer. I do some things online. Joseph Montes is strictly an online marketer. You will see him marketing offline, but he's absolutely fantastic with systems and blogging. Ray is he's a beast on Facebook. He knows everything and anything about putting a funnel together in lickety split, and he can teach you how to bridge the gap offline because he used to be an unbelievable offline marketer that now is just a natural superstar online. So what we're going to cover today are the tips and tricks that have taken us in the last year from really, a nobody inside the industry to, as close as we can get to the top. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Ray the Force Dietrich, and, you'll hear from each one of us a few times during this entire training. So it's all yours, Ray.
All right, Billy, I appreciate it. And if you're going to throw my nickname out there, then for sure that we're going to have to throw out yours, the extreme networker. If you're going to roll that force on me, I got to throw it right back, bro. It's just the way it is. So, Facebook for me has been everything as far as moving my business offline to online. Like Billy said, I came from doing living rooms and driving to meeting to meeting to meeting, three-way calls nonstop, and doing living room meetings where 5 people show up and 4 of them are still in the business, and that one new person not even know why they're there. Got kind of old for me, so I started looking for other ways to do business. And I started actually getting good at Facebook, and I had some guru types paying me to do promotion for them. Like I would log into their account and go recruit until I realized I could do the same for me. I was logging into their accounts for 6 weeks and recruiting 30, 40 people into their business. And they paid me cash, but I wasn't getting the residual. So I started applying those same techniques to my businesses now, and it's been awesome. So, this partnership, friendship that us three have has been really, really good. We've learned a lot from each other, and we're just trying to give back to have one spot all of our teams can plug into for training. Because, we're all multiple deals. We're not all always in the same deal. But, why spread our training out completely across 10 different platforms when we can have one place we can send all of our people to? We're not going to pitch them. It's a safe place to send your teams, and they can plug in and learn. So anyways, let me talk a little bit about Facebook. Now, there's a lot of people out there selling training products, selling webinars, self-proclaimed Facebook gurus, which I am not proclaiming that will tell you never post a link on your page. Don't do that. Don't ever use your personal account to promote your business, because that's not the way we do business on Facebook, okay? They'll tell you to only use a fan page if you're going to promote a link, and be careful of talking about your business and all this nonsense, okay? All that is complete nonsense, just so they can look important and that they can sell their product to you. Okay, so these self-proclaimed gurus of Facebook, they make money because they have big lists. Okay, it's not because of the way they operate on Facebook. Let's be honest. So I'm going to show you and tell you exactly what I do on a daily basis and what I've taught people to do, and they've had big success on Facebook. So Facebook, you have to look at that as anything else. Anything in direct sales, MLM, whatever. Let's call it pyramids. Whatever you want to call it. I could care less. You have to have a list of people to talk to or to contact, whether it's email, it's a text list, it's your Facebook list, whatever it is. Facebook is a giant, giant list of people that you can prospect and put in your business. So the very first thing I would suggest you do, and this is probably the most overlooked that I see, is start a new Facebook account. It's one of the first things I did. I ran a personal account with my friends, family, former coworkers, my cousins, blah, blah, blah. And I started a new business account, and I'll tell you some of the things I did to build that. But the reason why I do that, it's because for me, friends, family, people who don't understand what you're doing or what you're promoting, in my opinion, can only hurt you. Okay, that's where you're gonna pick up a lot of negativity from comments that you're posting on your wall, or things you're talking about, or when you get excited about a business you're promoting, and you have a cousin Bob go on there and talk about pyramids and scams and this is stupid, and you're doing another one of those things again. You know that will get you. Okay, that's gonna hurt. It's gonna burn a little bit. So get away from it completely and realize that Facebook is a giant list, and who do you want on your list? People that aren't interested or people that are, right? So I craft my entire Facebook account, and I'll create new ones from time to time when I max one out. And all I do is look for people who are marketers or some type of business owners, someone who might be receptive to what I have and what I'm doing. So the first thing I do, and we can break these off into smaller videos, guys, and we do have some of this in the back office of our training where we'll go in and do screen shares and show, step by step. We'll do live recruiting. But I'm just going to talk about it for right now. Those MLM groups is the first place I start. So you go up and search for the groups in Facebook. Say you have a brand new account, okay? Probably, if you're watching this, you're already in the industry, obviously, and you already know people in the industry who will accept your friend request. So I would suggest starting a brand new account, getting your friends who you already have in the industry only, send them a friend request, get them accepted, and then go after the groups. Okay, get into the group, search MLM, look for people who just posted, who are in there actively advertising. Maybe not somebody like the Ninja on Hootsuite, but when somebody you can see that just posted it and they're online right now, friend request them. The chances of them adding you back are very high. Okay, don't do 30 of them, don't do 50 of them, do 3 or 4, or just hit them with a message, 3 or 4. Okay, just small amounts so you don't end up in Facebook jail. Don't go crazy with this or you'll blow it. Okay, if you have too many unanswered friend requests, you don't want to do that. And the cornerstone of my entire business on Facebook and how I built it was literally, I've kind of coined it my 9 words. And it sounds super easy, but if you apply it, it works. So say I identify someone who's a marketer, and I want to form a relationship with them. All I do is send a message like, "Hey Billy, how are you? Hope all is well." And that's it. I send it, and I wait for a response. Half the time, you're going to get a response back that's a link. It says, "Hey, join my next deal. You're going to make millions of dollars tomorrow. It's pre-launch times 10. You're the only person to know," whatever it is. Okay, but I go, "Hey, that's awesome. I'm not here to pitch you. I just want to hang out with some marketers." And that kind of throws people back, and they're like, "What do you mean?" Or I'll send a message, "Hey, how are you doing? Hope all's well," and then I'll put in parentheses, "Hey, just so you know, I'm not going to pitch you." And that blows people's minds because they're not used to that. They're ready to get pitched every single time that they do this Facebook dance and do this engagement. Okay, but the trick is, before I go and contact anyone new, okay, and this is a brand new account, if you're out getting new friends that are marketers, before I do that, I'll post something on my wall that does have my link and does talk about my business, okay? Because what happens when you first get a message from somebody you don't know? I know what I do. I go to their wall and I see who the hell is this guy talking to me? And then you have their eyeballs on your ad without you having to send it to them. And that is powerful because they're going to see what you're doing immediately. And the other thing I'm going to tell you is don't pitch them your business, okay? And still realize that you are building your business by doing this, but don't pitch them your business, not even in that first conversation. Probably not the next day when you should follow up with them and talk to them. You need to form meaningful relationships with those people online. I mean, just pitching someone doesn't get you anywhere. Every single person, especially on this panel, every single person I do business with, I could say that 99.9% of everyone in any of my businesses or who I associate with or who the people I've grown relationships with who bring me deals months before they launch is all because of those 9 words and me just making friends with marketers. Okay, the business will come if you build a relationship. It's no different than offline. It's the same. But people treat online differently, and they just want to puke their link on every single person that walks the earth in a message. It doesn't work. Don't do it. Have them ask you. Post it on your wall. Have meaningful content. And we can get into that. Have funny content. Make your own little memes, little photos that make people laugh, cool posts, but make sure that you can pitch your link all day on your wall. It's your wall. That's what it's for. I don't care what these so-called gurus will tell you. So that's my basic mentality for recruiting and forming relationships, because if you're not engaging on Facebook, if you're not engaging other marketers, you're never going to have a relationship where they will do a business transaction with you. They're not going to buy from you by joining your business. It's just not going to happen. Lead generation, posting into groups is an excellent method, and Joe's going to talk about that. But that's not one-on-one slamming someone's message inbox with just a puked up link. It's not going to work. Puke on your own wall all you want, because that will work. I mean, I post links all the time. Guess what? People opt in and they join. So don't let them tell you any different. It's a lie. I have a whole other rant, Billy, so you're going to have to hold me back, because I have a part 2 to my Facebook rant-ish, semi-training, semi-rant activity here. So if you want to flip it to Joe, or you take some, and I'll do my second part a little bit later.
Right on. No, all great content, Ray. I know that if somebody was to follow your exact system on Facebook and they were to do exactly what you've done to a T, they're going to have the same success that you have. Just by simply, it's knowing that it's not magic, it's math, not just offline but online. And if you find a way to build rapport with people, A, B, and C, you're going to get D. So, I mean, what we're just saying is that we've learned from some great marketers. We've got some fantastic mentors that have taken us to that next level. And it was those trainers that really were, integral in our success. Surrounding ourselves with successful marketers inevitably made us successful because we soaked up what they had. And, if you want to surround yourself with somebody that is an absolute ninja online, who knows Hootsuite back and forth, blogging, you name it, sometimes you don't even know he's there because he's the ninja, Joseph Montes is the man. I mean, Joe, how do you do it, man? A year ago, I think that you are like the dictionary definition of persistent and consistent and never, ever stopping until you get what you want, bro.
Right on, and that's key. I'm very regimented in what I do. I wake up in the morning, I get the pot of coffee going. I pour my pot of coffee, I sit at my computer back over there, and I'm loading up my autoresponder for the whole darn day. Now, some people have seen me post how many messages I send out a day, and it's about 1,000 an hour. And what Ray was talking about is when you have a secondary account, hint, hint, I do. I have a list of about 400 MLM groups just on Facebook that I'm targeting with these ads all day long. But then I also follow it up with, I'll go into them groups and see who's active in them groups. Ray will say, maybe send a friend request. I'll do that a little bit, like you said, don't do too many, but I'll go in and I'll like people's other business opportunity posts that they do. And then 9 out of 10 times, they're reaching right back out to me, and we're starting a conversation, and then we'll send friend requests back and forth, so I'm building my list that way. But, the other thing that I'm doing with Hootsuite is because, it's, 20,000 to 24,000 ads a day going out all over Facebook, Google, Twitter, LinkedIn, you name it, it's going all over. And that's just with my Hootsuite and not with my blogging techniques. I'm hitting another 700 areas with just my blogging techniques. So I'm building massive appeal and appearance out on the internet, although I could be at my daughter's dance class like I do every Friday. All day long, I'm hanging out at dance, so I'm using systems and tools to do that. So people will see, hey, wow, this guy's really active. They'll friend request me, and I'll get 10 to 15 friend requests a day. Or people will hit me up in my inbox and say, I noticed you're all over the place. I see all your ads. How do you do that? Well, that's awesome, because 8,700 minutes on my cell phone last month is because I'm attracting people to me in my inbox, and I'll say, I'm happy that you asked me that. What's your number? I would love to talk to you about how I use my Facebook marketing and my autopilot systems to put out my messages. You know, it'll hit my wall every now and then, like Ray talked about, but I'm also putting out inspirational messages on my timeline, funny pictures, and so on and so forth. So you're always getting people to interact with you, and that's what it's all about, is the interaction. People coming to you wanting to know how you do these things. You know, I have a Hootsuite is the system I use. I do have a Hootsuite YouTube video out, and when people ask me, I'll send them to that video, they'll watch it, and I'll have to say 9 out of 10 times they come back because they want more information on how, why, where, when, that I do all this stuff. So them are the great connections that I'm making. And like I said, then I try to go, hey, you know, that's an awesome question. How can we, you know, get on the phone right now? What's your number? Here's my number. Let's get on the phone and talk about it. Because once we're talking about it, we're building rapport. And I won't pitch them, but of course, 9 out of 10 times, you know, I'm getting pitched. So, you know, I'll always say, you know, thank you for, you know, sharing your opportunity with me. But what are you doing for lead generation? How are you building your business? So then I'm going right back into my niche. My niche is attraction marketing, getting the post and my stuff out there, and I'll get them on the phone and teach them that, and then, you know, maybe get them into one of the business opportunities that I use for training platform on being a social media marketer, incorporating with my Hootsuite, my blogging, and so on and so forth. So, you know, it's just being out there every single day, although I may not be sitting at my computer, every single day, every darn hour, there's something going out. Right now, it's not, I didn't get it up and running today. I took some time off and actually had some long conversations with Billy earlier today and some other people, and just hung out with my daughter for a while for most of the day. So today I was inconsistent, but it is consistent action every day, and I do the same routine, A, B, C, and D. When people say, well, Joe, I've been doing that, but I didn't get the same results. Well, guys, also remember I've been doing this technique for 8 months, as well as it's not A, B, and D. It's A, B, C, and D. And I always lay that stuff out for all my people, as well as all the archives that we're going to have for our system of free training is going to be in the back end of our system that we're putting together as a training platform for anyone and everyone, non-branded, non-pitched. It's all going to be there for everyone to share and see. So, you know, we're giving a little bit of information today, but, you know, all the great information and training, because we've been shooting video for, what, 2 weeks or so now, guys? 3 weeks? Shooting training videos and whatnot. So, you know, we're putting it all together, guys, and we're coming out with a training platform that dirt cheap or free, probably. We don't know. We're still trying to figure out all the bits and pieces. We're on the phone Friday with our programmer, getting everything all set up and getting all our videos ready. So, you know, this is the value that we want to give back to everyone. Is I came out of, you know, essentially I've been in this industry 18 months. I think the first 3 months was going to hotel meetings and all that fun stuff. And then I dove in and did the internet marketing stuff. And the last 6 months, I've been pretty darn successful. Well, now it's our turn to give back and share with others. And this is the way that we, you know, want to do it. So, you know, for right now, that's it. I mean, maybe we'll go back around and I'll talk about some blogging stuff. But Hootsuite's my tool. And I don't stop doing it. It's every day, nonstop, 7 days a week. And if you guys want, I got a list of 350 to 400 Facebook groups. I'll share it with you. Hit me up in PM or something. I'll just send you the doc, and you guys can start adding yourself and, you know, do some of the techniques Ray talks about. Be consistent in your posting. And off to my partner over there, Billy Funk.
Right on, Joe. You know, I know that we'll all get a chance to send it back around, and we could literally probably go back around and around and around for about 24 to 48 hours. So we may have to think about doing some sort of, you know, intensive one weekend between the three of us, because the amount of things that we've learned in the last year is just absolutely incredible. And our goal is to make sure that anybody out there that truly wants to run with inside internet marketing or network marketing, you know, doesn't go through the same things that we did. And by giving back that value, you know, we're going to get back a whole lot more. So what Joe is saying and what Ray is saying, what I'm going to say to you is stay persistent and consistent. If you find something that you know works, you've seen somebody else do it, you found a system where if you plug in an amount of time and effort that you're going to get back value. You've seen somebody else that's a leader, that's a mentor of yours, working a system. Find something that works for you and absolutely work it. I think that the people that have found success inside this industry, they just kept going and going and going with it until they made it happen. And I know that that's one of the reasons why I've been successful in this industry. I knew as soon as I saw this that I was going to be successful inside this industry. I wasn't at first. For a long time, I failed and failed and failed over and over again. I attempted to recruit people. It'd be the invite and the presentation. I would invite you over to my home. I would say, hey, Joe, it's been a while, man. What are you up to? Oh, nothing tonight. Awesome. I need you to come over, man. You got to see something. And I would bring you in my house, and I would show you the opportunity that I first got involved in, and I would invite you. I would approach you. I would expose you. I would present to you, and you'd look at me and go, thanks, but no thanks. I'd be like, what do you mean? See, I didn't get it, guys. I didn't really get it. Whether you're online or offline, there's got to be two different sources. You're either the inviter or you're the presenter. You can't be both, because this is matter and this is antimatter. If the two of them ever touch, just like in physics, they annihilate each other. People don't want to go through that entire process. And so I stick to a very simple system of teaching people that are absolutely awesome connectors, go out and find an awesome closer. If you're an awesome closer, well, you need a bunch of awesome connectors so that you guys can pair up and team up, utilize your strengths properly. My first bit of training that I would give to you, though, is don't stop leading in with the what. Whether your product is juice, vitamin, soap, lotion, a potion, mobile, energy deregulation, a tool, I'm going to tell you that if you lead in with the what, people have an opportunity to ask you and to look at it and think that it is one thing or it's not one thing. If you lead in with the why, you're giving people a reason why they should do it themselves. You're giving people your vision, your mission. A lot of times, if I lead in with my why, people don't even care about the what. They want to be a part of my why. They feel inside themselves to be compelled, to get ahead with their why. And it works out a lot easier that if you go inside with your why, if you drive with and push your passions instead of your product, you're going to go out there and resonate with a whole lot more people. People want to be a part of people that have passions, have a vision and mission. Think about this. Martin Luther King, did he say, I have a plan? I have a product? No, he said, I have a dream. And he led him with his why, and that's why so many people followed him, because they resonated with him on that level. So I want to let you know that wherever you're at, whoever you are, no matter how much experience you have in the past and how much you think you're going to get in the future, wherever you want to go, you can get there. The only question of the matter is, do you know that you can get there? Because one of the things that took us to the next level was we stopped hoping. We stopped, just half-assing. We stopped praying. We stopped even slightly believing. Each one of us took it to the next level. We went beyond hope, beyond belief, into the knowingness that we were all going to rock in this industry. And not a person around us could tell us otherwise. Because I know each one of us has been told by many people that what we're doing was not going to work. It happened to me over and over and over again. And you know what? I just put my blinders on because I just look at it as obstacles. If you put a wall in front of me, I guarantee you I'll find a way over it, around it, under it, or through it. I will not stop until I reach my goal. And if you don't take that mindset, it's going to be pretty hard for you to get to where you want to go, especially in a short amount of time. So you just have to want it beyond anything else. I let my passion wake me up, not my alarm clock. It's the last thing I think about before I go to bed, and it's what wakes me up in the morning. And if you take that mission and that mindset, nothing's impossible. Now the next goal is to find other people that are like that and circle yourself around them. A lot of people think that I'm an internet marketer, really, really good at internet marketing, and it's funny because my background, my niche is offline marketing. I just know how to talk to internet marketers, and I found a way to surround myself with them. So I've had so many people brand me as an internet marketer, and I laugh because my true teaching is going to be offline to you. My true calling is offline, belly to belly, on the phone. I do know how to do a lot of things online, but nothing close to what these two guys do. And so if you surround yourself with successful people, people inevitably will see you as successful, and I think that that's cool. when I first got in this industry, like Ray said, I had a different mindset of who I wanted to approach. The first sponsor that sponsored me into network marketing, when I signed up, I brought him to my invited him to my office to put together a game plan. I said, Timmy, first question out of my mouth was, how do I approach the coal market? And he looked at me and laughed. He said, no, you put a list together of 100 people you know, like, and trust. I said, no, Timmy, I don't think you're getting where I want to go with this. How do I approach the coal market? And he came right back at me and said, no, you put a list together of 100 people you know, like, and trust. I said, fine, I'll sign up for that class. And I went through 11 family and friends. I had some success. I'm going to tell you that. I had a lot of failures, definitely a lot of failures. When I realized that I could qualify people, I didn't go after cousin Bob or cousin Jimmy, who are construction workers, and sit on the couch every day after work and drink 3 beers and watch TV. To me, that's a cold conversation and a cold call. I'm not saying if you see cousin Jimmy at a party, a family party, and he's talking about something that involves what you're doing, I'm not saying don't approach him. What I'm saying is what you want to do is spend quality time with quality people. Do you want to be approaching business projects or business partners? Do you want to be approaching business builders or business blunders? I mean, it's all about, the one thing that you can control is the amount of time, is what you spend your time on and your attitude. So if you know that you can control who you spend time with and how those people affect you, well, then you should be talking to people that are potential business builders that would absolutely blow it up if they came in your business. Not cousin Jimmy that is going to look at you and go, man, are you doing one of those pyramid things again? I told you it wasn't going to work. Why go after those people? Strategically approach your list, because then what cousin Jimmy's going to do, you gotta realize this really quickly inside this industry. If you don't strategically make your list, if you want to approach your warm market, okay, if you don't strategically organize them in the fashion that should be organized with an ERIC system, entrepreneurship, resources, influence, and credibility, if you start approaching people like cousin Jimmy, guess what? All of your sharpshooters are all going to be eaten up by the rest of your warm market. When you start talking to your friends, your family, your coworkers about your network marketing or internet marketing deal, at that point, you no longer can control how they learn about what you're doing. And so it's only a matter of time before a cousin Jimmy comes along and tells the rest of your family and maybe even some of your friends, hey, Billy Bob's doing one of those pyramid things again. Did he call you yet? Oh, no, he hasn't called you yet? Well, when he calls you, just let you know he's doing a pyramid thing. It's only a matter of time before that happens. So if you're going to approach your warm market, please organize your list properly, categorize people that know each other, people that are entrepreneurs, and go after it strategically. But let's get into the fun stuff really quickly, guys. I know we're a half an hour in. Awesome. Let's get into how you can go after business builders, because what I realized 3 months in, I realized, you know what? I was on to something in the beginning. When I asked my sponsor, how do I approach the coal market, I wasn't talking about, how do I go after random people on the street. Now, I did figure that out, too. I was talking about how to go after the business people, how to go after the people that are entrepreneurs. That's what I was really asking him. People that get network marketing, people that get residual income, like insurance agents, real estate agents, and other network marketers. And so when I came into a company almost exactly a year ago, I decided, you know what, I'm going to start from scratch. I'm not going to tell any family and friends. I'm not going to bring a team with me. I'm going to start from scratch, and I'm going to pretend like I don't have any contacts on my phone. My phone's been wiped clean, and I've been stuck in a city that I've never been in before, and you gave me Google and my phone, and that was it. And I had a goal. I had to put 1,000 people in 100 days. Guess what? You could do that. I achieved that. You could start from scratch, and you could be dropped off in any city in the country, any city in the world, and if you have your phone, even if it's white clean of no contacts, and you can't leave that cubicle, but you have Google on your phone, you can blow up any business you want, any product, any service, any tool, you name it. Because there's something that I figured out very quickly. I figured out that there's other network marketers out there. Because 3 months in the industry, I didn't really know a lot. So I typed in network marketing companies on Google. I hit search. I found some lists. I hit print. I said, this is cool. I think I know what I'm about to do. And I started strategically attacking cities. What do I mean by attack? Well, I went on Google and I typed in San Diego, and I said area code. I found out that it's 760. I typed in Hawaii area code. I found out that it's 808. Las Vegas 702. Houston 832. Florida 954-305. I can go on, and if you listen to the cities that I just mentioned, they're all warm climate cities. I'm here in Chicago. So what was the next step? I took companies like Amway, Organic Gold, Visalis, Nu Skin, Nerium, you name it, any network marketing company, and I would pair it up with an area code like 808 in Hawaii. I put 500 people in Hawaii in 100 days from Chicago without ever being in Hawaii. How did I do that? Well, I would type in companies like Amway into Google, and next to it, I would type in 808 in parentheses. I would hit search, and I would go, oh my God, there's a list of people that are either in Amway or at one time or another were in Amway. You can do that for any company. I'm not knocking Amway, I'm just using it because it's been around the longest. And then, here's my conversation really quickly, because I want to circle it back to Ray and Joe. They got some fantastic nuggets that, you definitely want to stay tuned in on. Here's my conversation very quickly, because this has got to be a two-part series, guys. My first conversation with them, if I find Ray online, in Amway, when I type in the name and number, I'll call him up and I'll say, sometimes I don't even know his name. Sometimes he's got a blog up, or I can see somebody's name. Sometimes it's just Amway and a number. I call it up. Hey, this is Billy in Chicago. I was researching your company online, and I somehow found your name and number. I'm just curious, are you still active in that company? I listen very, very closely. I want to know, does he stutter? Does he say, oh, well, yeah? And, or does he give me the, absolutely, Amway's going super fantastic, I'm making money, and my team's making money. Unless he gives me that type of a confident response, I know that Amway is not working for him as well as he thought it would, and or he's not as excited as he once was about Amway. I put that right in the back of my head. I switched it up to weather. The most common denominator you've got going on when you're going to approach people that you've never met is, where they're from, the weather. And so I would say, hey, Ray, I'm in Chicago, man. It's actually getting kind of cold out this time of year. It's supposed to drop down to 40 degrees tonight. Where am I calling you at in the country? Guess what? I know where I'm calling him at. I'm calling him either in Hawaii, San Diego, Houston, Miami, or Las Vegas. And he says, I'm in Hawaii. Really? I don't even want to know, but go ahead, tell me. What's the weather like? He's like, it's 85 and sunny. I'm like, get out. How about this, Ray? Since we've both got such great weather, why don't I fly over to Hawaii for a week and you fly over to Chicago, and we just, we experience each other's great weather. Is that cool? And he laughs. He's like, I don't think so, man. I'm like, I didn't think you'd go for that either, but you got to give me a hand for trying, right? Well, so tell me, Ray, a little more about your business. So how's Amway going for you? And I go through 5 simple steps, everybody. First thing I do is I build. I build rapport, and I build credibility. I just built rapport with him. I'm going to build credibility here. And then I find information out about him. I find a problem that he's having. And then the last step is to solve. I solve that problem. Build, find, solve. You'll get a yes for him to take a look at what you're doing every single time if you go through that 5-step process. If you get a no, or I'm not interested, no thanks, you missed one of the steps. Honest to God, you missed one of the steps. And on our next series, or if we have time to circle back, I'll give you the rest of the lingo that I use and how I do what I do. But 1,000 people into a business in 100 days by simply going on Google and typing in network marketing companies and area codes in parentheses afterwards, unlimited amount of leads for free. Ray, what do you got, brother?
That's why I'm partnered up with you, dude, because you are an animal and a beast, and I just love flipping people that I find that are on fire right to you, and then to go find the next, because I know that you're going to do your thing. It's just too easy, and that stuff works. So what's funny is I actually do a version of what you do on the phone, but I do it with a scraper that does the exact same thing. I send them through a funnel that I designed to walk them through a buying process, almost exactly the same, and I can show people how to do that online. Not as effective as one-on-one phone by far, but I can do massive numbers doing the same kind of marketing. So that's the thing, guys, where we're just given a little piece of what we have, and together with what we can show you in extended versions of training that we're going to make available, And there's a lot of stuff that you can do. If you're not good on the computer, great. Billy Funk is your guy. He will lead you to the big dollars. I mean, bottom line, if you have Google and a cell phone, you can kill it with Billy Funk. That's it. You know, if you're good on the computer, Joe and I can teach you some stuff that's going to bring the leads. I mean, I can watch my inbox roll in with brand new leads every single day, and it gets to be more and more and more leads, and I'm not spending much money, if any at all, to bring those leads in. So there's massive lead generation techniques that we can also teach, and we know that inside and out. What I'm going to talk about right now is, you know, there's different names for it. Some people call it tribal marketing, some call it piggyback marketing, but what we're doing, and it works, guys, is you got to run with some people. Okay, if you're the Lone Ranger out there online, on Facebook, on Google Plus, wherever you're at, you're just trying to do it all by yourself without an upline, downline, partner, crew, group, camp, whatever you want to call it. You have to have it. Okay, it's going to be very hard to go through this and be successful all by yourself. And the reason why is because Facebook has different things. Like, not every single post in a newsfeed gets seen. Okay, there's things that Facebook looks at in a newsfeed to determine if it's going to get shown on somebody's wall. And one of the things that it really looks at is how many comments, how many likes, how many shares. Okay, so what I mean by piggyback or tribal or you know, any kind of marketing where you're kind of buzzing together is, I post something that's cool, Joe and Billy will like it, comment on it. They might share it. Or I'll post a picture, tag them in it, they'll do the same. And we kind of go back and forth. And not only are we talking about getting on news feeds of all three of our walls on whatever post we have in common. So if you're building a business with somebody, you can do the same thing and generate way more views without even doing a promoted post. Okay? It also, people start to wonder what the buzz is about. Okay? When they see several people commenting and being excited on those things, it gets to be a more of an attraction. Okay, you see a comment that, or a post that somebody puts up and they're talking about their greatest juice, vacuum cleaners, whatever people sell nowadays that are actual products. I don't even know. But anyways, whatever that post is, if it's just on their wall and it's by itself, you know, they might look at it. If it catches their eye, it's great ad copy. It might do something. But if it has, you know, 10 comments and people are excited and they're laughing and joking in the comments and people are liking it and sharing it, there's a huge chance that they're going to take a look at it, read through the comments, you might get a little bit more out of it. So it's very, very important to do that. And one of the ways I do it is every single business that I join, if there is not already, I create a Facebook group. Okay, and some guys are afraid of the Facebook groups because they think that their people are going to get stolen, and that happens. There's sharks in every industry, whatever. But you have to be strong enough to keep your people, right? So I create a Facebook group for each team in every single deal I'm in. And within those groups, once they get strong and there's a core, you have your leaders or the guys who are working hard and running and trying to make it happen, doing you know, the work that it takes to make it happen. We'll start things like blitz links. Okay, so you know, you go into the wall, you post a link to say you post a photo. Okay, so this is a really easy technique you can do right now in any of the groups you're in, any business you're in. It works every single time. I post a photo of, you know, I don't want to get deal specific, but, you know, say it's a mobile deal, it's something about mobile, it's a picture, it's funny, it's cool. I tag a couple people, hey, blah, 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 our deal's popping, whatever. I tag a couple people, they like it, they comment it, and then I take the link to that photo that's in there and I post it in the group. Okay, so you can actually identify the link. It's real easy. You take that link and you post it and go, hey guys, everyone hook me up, like and comment my post. Sounds super easy, but people don't do this, okay? If you do that, and yes, people who aren't in your downline, upline are going to be commenting on your post, okay? They may not get that sale. However, they can do the same. And even in these groups, if you're smart, you're doing blitz posts, blitz links. You're supporting each other within these camps that are in these groups. And they're private groups. Nobody can see what we're posting. So I'll go post info on my post and go, hey, everybody go like and share on my post. So then I end up with 20, 30 comments, likes, shares, comments, all kinds of activity. It gets shown up in all those people's news feeds, their friends' news feeds. It gets 10 times the and it's free. Okay, it creates excitement. Without excitement, you don't have it. And it's these groups are so important. And if you're in a group, be active in the group. Identify who the other people are that you can run with, because you know what? That's an outstanding place to make relationships as well. I'm not saying pitching other people in your group is good. I'm saying you work with people that are like-minded and runners, just like yourself, and who knows what will develop 3, 6, 9, 12 months down the road. Okay? There may be an opportunity you can work with them. How are you going to meet other high-end marketers unless you're out working with them? Those groups are just full of
Did you freeze up? I can't hear you, Billy.
Oh, I'm back. I think
I
Ray
got you.
froze. All right.
Yeah.
I got it up on my other monitor, so I think where Ray was going with that is, to stay confident in yourself, to take your belief to the next level and find other people that have got that same belief, that have got that same drive and determination. Because when you find the right people to come together with, everything gets easier. When you stay good at what you're good at and find a way to get great and then take it to the next level and be awesome at one thing, just pick one thing that you're good at and get awesome, and go out there and find other people that are awesome in the areas that you're weak, and imagine what happens when you come together. You're like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or like the Power Rangers, or you're
Right on.
actually a group of superheroes. And if you could do one thing and somebody else can do another, one on one doesn't make two anymore in this industry. One on one can make 200 or even 2,000 if you come together with the right people. Because how many more people can you impact? How many more people can you reach? How many more people can you teach?